Hi, welcome back to the Mum Boss Method podcast. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing? How has your week been? How is January treating you? I hope everything is good. I am here to talk to you about superpowers. Well, one superpower in particular. And that is a superpower I believe that I possess. I know that the clients that I have that are doing amazing things, this is one of their superpowers as well. And this superpower is consistency. Okay, we're going to be talking about consistency today. Now, you think you need to be perfect. When you diet, okay, you think you need to be perfect. Firstly, it's not possible to be perfect. There's no such thing. And secondly, it's not necessary. The problem with perfectionism is that it creates an all or nothing mindset, and it creates a cycle, which we're going to talk about. And what I'm going to share with you today is actually why you don't need to be perfect, and why consistency and how you can achieve consistency will trump that perfectionism every single day of the week. Okay, so let's start with this cycle. Okay, this typical cycle that we go through when you're trying to lose weight, when you start one of these diets or programs or plans. Okay, so you start and your motivation is super high. Okay, you get everything spot on. You are tracking all your food, whether it's with sins or points, or you're doing a meal replacement, whatever. You're doing everything perfectly. Everything is a tick. You've got it all right. The problem is, most often, you are being hugely restrictive on that diet program or plan. Okay, you've cut out everything that you love. Excuse me, still coughing. You cut out everything that you love. And the problem with that is you then can't adhere to that diet program or plan. You can't stick to it. So it becomes impossible to be perfect because it's too restrictive. So you then fall off the wagon and you're not being perfect anymore. So let's just say, I don't know, you go out for dinner with some friends, you had all intentions of eating the chicken salad, drinking sparkling mineral water, and having no starter or dessert. But then your friend offers you a glass of Prosecco. The chicken pie looks really good and they've got your favourite eat a mess for pudding. So you have that. Then you realise you've not been perfect and you hit the F it button because your perception is that you've not been perfect, you've ruined your diet. So maybe then you go into a little bit of self-sabotage, and that could just be for the evening. It could be for the rest of that day. Say if this was a lunchtime meal, it could be for the rest of that week, whatever. So you are you're off the perfectionist wagon and you're into, oh my God, I've ruined it. I may as well just carry on eating all of the stuff. Then eventually you pull yourself together, you draw a line, you start again, and you're back to the beginning of the cycle where your motivation is really high and everything is spot on and perfect and hugely restrictive and you're ticking all the boxes. And round you go. Round and round and round and round and round and round. And this is one of the biggest reasons that you are not losing weight or making progress. Or maybe you'll lose a bit and then it'll come back on, or lose a bit and then it'll come back on. Because actually you're not being consistent. You're trying to be perfect. When actually consistency will trump perfection every single time. So let's talk about what I mean by consistent in terms of nutrition and exercise. Okay, so we're going to make a few assumptions here, just for ease. Let's assume that you eat 3 meals a day and 1 snack. So you're eating 4 times a day. That's 28 meals a week. Now, let's also say to lose body fat, you need to eat 2,000 calories per day. That's 14,000 calories per week. Now, for the sake of this example, let's be really square about it and say that those 4 meals a day, you split that 2,000 calories equally between the 4 meals a day and you're eating 500 calories per meal. I know it's hugely unlikely that that's going to be the case, but just to be really simple. Now, to remain consistent and adhere to your nutrition goals, we're not going to call it a plan, we're not going to call it a diet, your nutrition goals, which is the way we would talk about it if you were working with me. And to achieve fat loss, let's say you need to aim for between 80 and 90% consistency, which means that 80 to 90% of your meals are nutritious and within your calorie goals. So that's, I've rounded this up, but that's 23 to 25 of your 28 meals a week. That leaves you wiggle room for 3 to 5 meals a week. 3 to 5 meals a week. We're talking about whole meals here. Okay. Now, what we're not talking about is 3 to 5 meals of 5,000 calories each, which would be impossible for you to eat anyway, unless you were eating butter directly from the tub. But, what we're not talking is that these 3 to 5 meals, I'm not saying that 5 meals out of 28, you could go for a 3-course meal at a restaurant and drink a whole bottle of wine. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is that you've got wiggle room on those 3 to 5 meals. Okay. Now imagine your whole week. Your whole week with 24 of your meals being healthy and balanced and within your calorie range. Meaning that, you're talking about at least really 6 of your days. Because if I've said there's 28 meals in a day, in a week, 4 meals a day, that's 6 of your days. If you want to just put it in days, you are being consistent. You are staying within your calories. You are eating your protein. You are eating your fruit and veg. Okay. Now, I don't recommend you pick one day and blow it all out on one day, because that encourages this binge restrict cycle that we're trying to get out of. I don't do cheat days. I don't believe in cheat days, but I'm just wanting to give you this fuller picture, right? So your week, 24 of your meals are healthy, balanced, and within calories. 4 of those meals you can be more flexible with. Okay, so they could be a bit over your calories. They could include some alcohol. They could include dessert as well as a main. They could include your favourite chocolate bar. They could include a takeaway. That is so much more achievable than aiming for 28 meals that are 100% perfect. Think about it. That leaves room for dinner out. That leaves room for drinks with friends. That leaves room for meeting your mum for coffee and cake. That leaves room for pudding after your roast dinner. Now multiply this by 3 to 6 months of intentionally trying to lose body fat and trying to remain consistent for 24 out of 28 meals of the week. That won't feel like dieting. And that's the point here. That's the work that I do with people, is to look at the big picture. Stop focusing on this individual meal wasn't 100% perfect, and therefore I'm going to hit the button, and then I may as well just eat what I want. Today's Friday, I'll eat what I want all weekend, and then I'll start again on Monday. Because you are getting yourself into this all or nothing perfectionist mindset. What we're looking for is progress. Progress over perfection. Progress will come from consistency. That consistency is what is going to get you the results. One meal will not make you gain body fat. Just like one meal won't make you lose it. But instead, consistently trying to achieve that 24 out of 28, that 80 to 90% is going to get you the results. So instead of tracking your perfection, why don't you track your consistency? Instead of looking at each individual meal and thinking, well, I shouldn't have eaten that, and I shouldn't have eaten that, and I shouldn't have eaten that, and I should have put more of this on my plate. Look at the bigger picture of the week. Look at the bigger picture of the week and what is going on and what are your plans, and where could those 3 to 5 more flexible meals be? We get so focused on one meal. Oh, I've blown it. I went out for coffee and cake with my mum. Oh, well, I may as well have Domino's for dinner. Oh, well, it's Saturday, so I may as well, have a glass of wine with that. Oh, I've had a glass, I may as well finish the bottle. And it's Sunday tomorrow and I'm going to have a hangover, so I'll start again on Monday. This is an all or nothing mindset, and this is the problem with the dieting industry and the programs and the plans and the diets that you've been on before, is they encourage this all or nothing mentality, when in fact we're talking about real life here. Real life is not that you eat chicken salad and steamed vegetables and salmon and a white omelette every day. That's not real life. Real life is being with the people that you love and having experiences, and so that means creating flexibility. So I really, really encourage you to look at the bigger picture, to see this as trying to remain consistent 80 to 90% of the time and giving yourself a bit of flexibility outside of that. Look at your meals in terms of, 28 meals a week. Or if you like to have 2 snacks a day, that's fine. So make it 35 meals a week. And now I have to work out what 80% of 35 is. Hold on, calculator. Quick maths isn't my thing. So that's then 28 meals. 28 meals out of 35 if you like to have 2 snacks a day. Okay, I hope this has been really helpful. I'd really love to hear how you feel after listening to this, how you can apply this to yourself. And if you would love to get 5 free days, 5 days of my help, absolutely free, I am running a 5-day free challenge starting on Monday the 23rd of January. The link is in the show notes if you're listening to this podcast. It's in the comments if you are watching on YouTube. All you have to do is click on that link and fill in your details and you can join. You will get 5 days of my help. You will get cheat sheets and guides and recipes and meal plans and 5 lots of video coaching from me, as well as emails and useful tools that you can help. And there is going to be things in there that you didn't know were going to make a difference to your weight loss journey. So I would love to see you on that 5-day free challenge. Hit the link in the notes and I will see you there. All that's left to do is for me to say have an awesome week. Thank you for listening and watching, and I will see you soon. Mwah! Bye.